Okay, so let's talk about that acronym that Mrs. WWE didn't know what it stood for. IDEA stands for the Individuals with Disabilities in Education Act. It's a landmark federal law in the U.S. that ensures that students with disabilities receive free and appropriate public education that's tailored to their needs. So this is why we have special education and all the related services that come with special ed. This is also why we have IEPs, which is just another acronym that stands for Individualized Education Programs. And now I'm going to give you a little history lesson. It came into law in 1975 because millions of children in the U.S. were in fact denied adequate education, and some of them were even excluded from public schools altogether. It is the job of the Department of Education to oversee its implementation. They specifically provide funding to states for special education services. They also issue regulation and guidance to clarify the requirements. They monitor compliance. They offer assistance and training for educators, and they enforce accountability if there are any complaints from parents like you guys. I am going to give you a few examples of what the funding from the DOE is actually used for. To hire special ed teachers, aides, speech pathologists, occupational therapists, etc. To develop and implement IEPs, which may include things like assistive technologies like AAC devices, which are used for individuals with speech difficulties, teacher trainings, etc., etc., etc. The list goes on and on. So overall, it has led to nearly 7.5 million students receiving services that they need to be successful and to improve graduation rates by like a lot. And you can go look at statistics. They're out there. I am going to leave you with a quote from a senator that was said this month. And after hearing it, I want you to really think about if it would be better to leave all decisions pertaining to special education and funding up to people that say things like this. We know for a fact it costs more to teach a student with severe disabilities. I'm gonna make a number up. Let's say that cost is $50,000 a year. It may be 20. I don't know. Compared to a student who comes from a family with a loving mom and a loving dad who put education at a higher level. You know, it costs a lot less to educate those students.